We have to talk about the embarrassing reaction from the English media towards the hiring of Thomas Tuchel as the England manager, because it is pathetic. Let's get into it. Now, if you haven't heard, Thomas Tuchel has been officially hired as the next England manager. And I actually made a short about this yesterday. I expressed how I think this is a fantastic hire from the English FA. But the reaction from some fans, and in particular the English media, they're not happy at all. And it is a weird one, because them not being happy has nothing to do with his credentials. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Realistically, of all the options available, Thomas Tuchel is the best hire for this job. You know, myself and many others before this hire believed that the English FA were only going to hire English. And I mentioned in the past how I thought that that was a mistake, because personally, I don't think a single English manager is good enough to take this team to victory at the World Cup or the Euros. And now it seems they agreed. With all due respect, Thomas Tuchel compared to the other English candidates for this job isn't even remotely close. He is better than all of them by a mile. Thomas Tuchel is one of the best managers in the world, and for me, the idea of having a manager like that alongside these amazing players skyrockets my confidence for the 2026 World Cup. The potential is greatness. So we should all be happy, but not all of us are. And like I said, it has nothing to do with his credentials, but all to do with him being foreign, in particular German. Now, I do want to start by saying that I've always thought it was a bit odd that there wasn't a rule set in place by FIFA UEFA, the entire international body of football. A rule that states that not only the players but the managers, the coaches have to also be from the country you're representing. I thought it was a bit odd, but it is what it is. It's not a rule. And for that reason, like I mentioned earlier, England should be very thankful. I'm not going to go over it again. Tuchel is miles better than any of your English managers. So this rule not being in place is a good thing. Now, all of you having an issue with this, the English media feeling it doesn't sit right that the next manager isn't English, you need to get over yourself and focus on how he is a great manager and we can achieve great things. But we all know you won't. Realistically, and it is sad to say, what awaits Thomas Tuchel is a very toxic and unfair treatment from the media. Every single move, every single step will be scrutinized to its fullest. It's pathetic, it's embarrassing, but Tuchel will need to find a way mentally to steer through that and focus on the task at hand, which I think he will. You know, you people having an issue with this, it's just insane. I personally sat through Gareth Southgate, who, yes, I get that on paper, he did take England further than most managers ever did before him. I understand that, I respect that. But when you look at the team at hand and compare them to the opposition, this is a squad that should reach the semi-finals, the finals of every tournament. It's a squad that should win the whole thing. But with Southgate and the football that he plays, it was never going to be achieved. And the same goes for any other English manager out there. We have gone 60 years without a trophy. So let's mix things up. For once, we actually have one of the best managers in world football. And the fact that this isn't being celebrated, that all of us aren't excited to get going in the 2026 World Cup, is a shame. Ultimately, if the goal here is to win, is to become champions, then this is the way to go. We have wasted this amazing talented squad for far too long, and with Thomas Tuchel, that will no longer be the case. This trophy drought we've been on, it could finally end with him. So there's the video. Comment down below your thoughts on the whole thing. Is Tuchel the right hire for the job? I certainly think so, but you might not. Let's get a discussion going. Like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. I am the football enthusiast. Take care of yourselves.